Welcome everyone to game number 1 in the first series of the day. JorDan versus DauT, playing with Gujaras and Japanese towards the south west corner and the northeast side of the map over here as well. We'll see JorDan taking full advantage of the Gujaras, garrisoning already plenty of herdables over here. He's found 15 herdables so far. Probably even one more. No, I don't think he found one more. I think it's just going to be 15 total. Oh, there we go. Yeah, 16. Okay, never mind. And DauT, on the other hand, well, DauT's playing with Japanese. Japanese get faster attack and infantry units starting on the fuel age, as well as a discount on drop-off buildings. Besides that... that's... Just keeping an eye over here. And then besides that... the rest of the bonuses for Japanese will be mostly for water, so we'll see if he can take advantage of the faster attack and infantry units. He's got militias coming over. DauT has found the villagers on the wood line, and he might be able to get a village down over here. He's trying to block here, but it's so difficult and he cannot get away with it. Notice this is so different compared to the kind of unit control that we saw from DauT before on a similar position where he was able to get so many villagers down, even with militias for the most part. And now DauT's going to end up losing a militia over here almost, but he cannot really use this one too much anymore, and then he's gonna have only one militia left. I am very curious as to why he decided to engage with a weak militia over there, but in the end he's unable to do too much damage. No villagers going down at all. And JorDan's going to stabilize. Let's enable predictions, yes. And for game number 1, we are going to leave predictions open for... yeah, there we go. The militia goes down. For 5 minutes. Oh, finally a villager crumbles though. Yeah, JorDan was trying to trap DauT over there. In the end, he couldn't do it. He ended up losing a villager, but he got the scout down. He got a militia down, and I think it's probably worth it. So option 1 is gonna be JorDan. Option 2 is gonna be DauT. Game's still very much up for grabs, and you have 5 minutes from this point onwards to make your predictions. As the players are making their way to the field age, we'll take a look at DauT and see that he's got... actually, well, he's significantly later to the field age compared to JorDan. And he's got no extra buildings. Of course, he's still some ways off from the field age, so he's going to have plenty of time to get either a stable or an archer range up before he gets to the field age. Meanwhile, JorDan's got the stable coming up already. There we go. Big difference between domestic purchases and the transactional Argentina USA. That's the case here. Yeah, that's the problem. And some people already told me go get a lawyer. Well, here in Argentina, I'm not really sure what a lawyer will be able to do. I'll tell you that it's going to be more expensive than just buying the same thing again using a different service. And getting a US, well, yeah, a US lawyer for a $200 case, I think. What is a lawyer, like more than that for 1 hour in the US? I would imagine there is something related to, you know, customer protection for Argentina for sure. Just the thing is, because Amazon is not really in Argentina. They have Amazon, they have Prime Video in Argentina, but there is no Amazon Argentina as in a store. I would even go double stables here with all the food. That's definitely a possibility. JorDan, he's got, for the most part, just the one stable and the one archer range over here, so he won't be able to do too much. At the very least, won't be able to produce too many scouts. But he started going for it already. He's got a camel scout. He's got a scout cavalry. 2 scouts cavalry out. And DauT, so far, has been unable to do too much. He ended up taking 1 villager. He is ahead, mind you, by about 2 workers. 1 worker. 1.5, you could say. there is a little bit of extra idle TC time for JorDan, so at times that's 2 workers ahead compared to JorDan, at times it's just the 1. There we go. Beautiful. Right hand side. Yeah. The market's coming up, so DauT seems to be playing for the Castle Age for the most part. Notice he's not really doing anything in terms of military production. He's got just 2 skirmishes queued up. And he's got 15 food workers, so he could try to make a play for the Castle Age. JorDan, he's got 12 food workers. He's got all the garrison turkeys though. So this is kind of misleading overall, but seems to be pretty close right now. In terms of resources, kind of neck and neck. In terms of population, kind of neck and neck. DauT's still ahead by about 2 villagers or so. And there we go. He uses the market to balance his economy. He's gonna be on his way to the Castle Age very soon. JorDan's got a market coming up only now, but he does not have the resources he needs even to utilize the market to go up to the Castle Age. Well, DauT's gonna be on his way in just a moment, even if he gets pushed away from here with the skirmishers. He can just take the villages back. So in Amazon, even from Argentina, you could get them to pay a penalty, which would be more than $250. If nothing else, you could file a criminal case with local police in Argentina. You could then send Amazon the police report to put pressure on them, and also post on Twitter. I did post on Twitter about the situation, but yeah, I didn't consider the police report. Yeah, I think I could do that. Yeah, that sounds like something that I might be able to do that will definitely not cost too much, if anything. We can talk more about that for sure after the stream. Don't want to, you know, derail too much from the games. If any of you would like to get more information about anything related to this issue, you can just PM me on Discord and we can talk after the stream for sure. Here we are. Castle Age is gonna be here for DauT already. And JorDan's behind by about 35 seconds, so what do we get from DauT? He's not really been producing too much in terms of military. He's got just the skirmishers coming forward. And Balkinaro is on the way. No! He's taking Bambi. But yeah, he's going for Balkinaro, and back home he should have an extra TCs. Because he's the first player to get to the Castle Age, it certainly makes sense for him to try and pursue economy. Basically, JorDan won't be able to keep up because JorDan's going up a little bit later, right? And DauT did go for the second TC, but he did take a little bit longer than he probably should have, while JorDan gets to the Castle Age and immediately pops the TC. But this should still allow DauT, for at the very least, get a little bit of a stronger lead, potentially get ahead by about 3 workers. Is that great anyway, sir? Yeah, I can make do with this microphone for the time being. It's definitely not what I wanted to. And yeah, it gets me going and certainly allows me to stream for now. The noise filter is certainly doing its job. But yeah, I was really looking forward to being able to connect the guitar to my computer and to buy a higher quality microphone as well. But yeah. Not right away by the looks of it. Third TC coming up for DauT. No extra TCs from JorDan. He does have the wood though. He does not have the... He does have the stone, he does not have the wood. So we could see for the bull player, go for a TC probably around here, I would say. most likely. That'll be a good location for a third one. Potentially there, or even here, right? If he deletes some of the palaces over there, he can secure the wood, he can secure the gold, and he can secure the stone. Let's take a look at JorDan's forward. We saw already that he was going for siege. Siege workshop is on the way for DauT, a defensive one. And the 30s is on the way for JorDan, and DauT's managed to pull a 5 villager lead, but this is not anywhere near as strong of an economy lead. So I thought that was going to be able to get to this point, but he's going for a 4 TC. And now JorDan's starting to rack up a little bit of a idle TC time, so DauT's going to start pulling ahead even further. He's got 6 extra villagers. And JorDan's pressure is great. He's going to end up taking the TC down, so DauT's 4 TC is going to leave him on 3 TCs after this one crumbles. Fantastic push from JorDan from the hill. There we go. Beautiful. And DauT? Well, DauT's bringing a defensive manual over here with good micro. This is a big if for DauT, but with good unit control, he should be in a pretty good spot for sure. Oh shoot! What? What is that? Get out of here. So far, so good. The pressure from JorDan is preventing DauT from getting a stronger lead. Notice all the idle TC time that DauT is getting up until this point, while JorDan's been able to keep his TCs working for the most part. He's trying to catch up. Still 7 extra villagers for DauT. Barely a stronger lead compared to what he had a few minutes ago, and he's been losing hundreds of resources. The market. Blacksmith, or what's that? A blacksmith? No, the archer range. The market, the archer range. These things are not particularly cheap. And if we take a look at gather economy time, we'll see that DauT does have an hour of extra gather economy time compared to JorDan, so he does manage to hold on to his lead, fortunately, just by ignoring this. His economy is not impacted quite as heavily, but because he ended up losing the market over there, the archer range, that's gonna be worth a pretty penny for the 1 hour of extra gather economy time that he's got, which should be worth about 800 to 1200 resources. He's only gonna be able to take advantage of some of it, and not even all of it, because he ended up going for an extra TC over here, so he lost the market, actually, the archer range and the TC over here, so all those buildings are gonna amount to a good amount of resources, which kind of offset for DauT's extra gather economy time. So he's been collecting resources for longer. He's probably got an extra resources, and he ended up kind of losing the value of those just by losing the TC, the market, and the arch range, to put it a different way. He's got guard tower now though, so that will allow him to hold on against the mountain. At the very least, should be able to. And now he's stabilized. He's got ballistics. He's sending the skirmishers forward. He's gonna try to do damage with fuel-edge skirmishers. He does have +2 at the very least for attack. That's about it. Good sound? Yes. And I was thinking yesterday, dude, I've been so depressed about this whole thing. I have not studied for days. I have not practiced guitar for days. Before this whole thing started happening, I was doing it daily, no problem, super motivated. But this has just put me down so badly. And yesterday I was thinking I cannot let this take me down. It's so dumb. It's just money. So yeah, I think if I want to make music for my YouTube channel or anything, I probably just record the amp with this microphone, and it's not going to sound the best, but You know, the microphone can still record stuff, right? So where there is a whale, there's a way, they say. Let's see, both players should be on their way to the Imperial Age very soon. I was talking about ma'am have a bad sound, and here it's great. Oh, that's the case? Okay. Imperial Age is on the way for both these guys, and DauT is going up about 8 seconds earlier. He already got the castle up, and we have a castle up over here for JorDan. So both these guys will be able to start pumping traps as soon as they get to the Imperial Age. There we go. House is up. The mice red, Nova and Rosa, AoE band. Oh, I would love that. That'd be so cool. Color cells fully official. Yeah. I know about that. Beautiful position though. DauT's got the lead skirmishers, and he does end up taking a few villagers down over here. That's going to extend his villager kills up to 3. And with skirmishers. And here I was doubting his unit choice earlier on. Well, we cannot call ourselves the other villagers anymore, because Microsoft took that. It's gotta be something else. Beautiful. Samurai coming out from DauT. He's got a second castle on the way. There was a little bit of a pause. We have a second castle over here for JorDan as well. And he was going for chakram throwers. Now, I don't think this is going to cut it necessarily. Well, with some good unit control, the chakram throwers should be able to outrange the samurai and take them down from the distance. But if the gap is closed and the samurai get to target the chakram throwers, that's going to put DauT in a much better spot, of course, with samurai getting bonus damage against unique units. Lawlance is on the way now for JorDan. He's not really going for too much in terms of cavalry. He's got just the one light cavalry over here. I could potentially make a play for... Is he going to make a play for elephant archers? Husbandry is on the way. But he's got, though, a third castle on the way, and he's got the extra stable. So what is this going to be? Camels? Shrivansha riders? I don't think any of that's going to work against Japanese. Japanese infantry is absolutely insane, of course, with pikemen and halberdier attacking 33% faster compared to other civilizations. The Japanese wouldn't struggle against any cavalry type. As much as I would love to see elephant archers, I don't think that's going to be a thing. I think it is light cavalry. Okay. Huzzah. JorDan's going for chain bar than armor, so yeah. He's got light cavalry already queued up, so it's going to be chakram throwers and light cavalry. This could be good in the sense that the light cavalry will provide a cheap meat shield for his chakram throwers to work out of. The problem with that, though, is that the meat shield is not going to be particularly resilient, as DauT's units will just shred any infantry from JorDan pretty quickly. Huzzah plus Frisbee boy. There you go, the churches are coming in. DauT's going pretty heavily into Japanese, or into samurai warriors, rather. Trisha is starting to deploy. We have a late checker throwers coming in from JorDan. It is so cheap that he can spam the non-stop with 60 farms. He could try and go raid. I would probably like to see that. He's got Hazard right now. If he wants to go raid, then he can try and take advantage of the mobility of his units. The only problem with that is he wouldn't really have a meat shield for the checkround throwers to work out of. Without a meat shield, the checkround throwers are just not quite as strong. And if he wants to use the Hazard as a meat shield, DauT shouldn't really struggle against this too much if he just starts having a few Halberdier into the mix. Not even that many. And take a look at that! The Hazard getting completely wiped by the Samurai over here. It's not even close. The counter crumbles. And that was a very one-sided trade for DauT. But we still have some checkround throwers over here. The Samurai are not taking that much damage. And the Frisbee boys are unable to save the castle. There's only going to be 2 castles left for JorDan to keep on going for more Frisbee boys. We have a 4th castle coming up over here for, actually a 3rd castle, sorry, coming up over here for DauT. So that's going to increase his production potential by 50% for Samurai, that is. And JorDan's just going after the traps. He doesn't care. And DauT's still not going for Halberdier. He needs to go for a few over here. That's going to make his army so much harder to push back. Instead, he struggles, and JorDan ends up taking a second trebuchet over here because the Samurai, as good as they are even against Hazard, do take some time to take the units down. And DauT ends up losing 2 out of 4 trebuchets. On the right hand side, we see the Hazard coming in and starting to raid around DauT, and it seems like the late game is gonna start punishing the Serbian players. JorDan gets the raids going, and this is what I was kind of hoping to see from JorDan if he was to take this game. Go forward and try to overwhelm DauT. Try to push. Try to strike multiple places at once. He's certainly going to try and go after the trebuchets once again over here. Not quite. Just going straight past the castle. And DauT's quick walls coming just in time over there to prevent the Hazard from coming in. But JorDan's going to find another way in. So he's coming up. He's going to split his units up. And this is extremely difficult to defend against when you have a swarm of units coming your base in multiple groups split around different areas on the back of your base, and your economy is so vulnerable, so you cannot really garrison all your villages. You can't even provide protection with the castles anymore because they are so far away. That's when JorDan really starts shining over here. While DauT, he had a good army and he managed to get some momentum earlier. The lack of pikemen, the lack of Halberdier really hurt him. Now he's just gonna be banking on Samurai, but if he's gotta play defensive over here, he's just gonna be chasing Hazard all day. And sure, he's going to eventually end up taking the Hazard down. You can take a look at that, and the Samurai certainly dominate over here. It doesn't matter, it doesn't, because of the reason you put before. JorDan's just spamming the units, he doesn't care about losing these. All he cares is about keeping DauT playing defensive and getting some damage done. Even if it's a little, it's eventually going to add up. With each push, he can get a few villages down, not too many, but just keep DauT playing defensive. And DauT, on the other hand, he's going for Kataparuta, which won't really do much or anything for him in this situation. He's got a 4th castle coming up on the right-hand side. At the very least, he's going to try to. Yeah, and JorDan's is going to keep on trying to raid. Well, that was not too good though. The Hazard are getting completely wiped out. But there we go. Finally, the pikeman upgrades coming up. What DauT's gotta do is just leave a few Halberdier on the back. Not too many, just a few. So that he can clean up the Hazard eventually. And then send a couple of extra Halberdier forward alongside the Samurai and the trebuchets. And that's going to prevent JorDan from still getting away with the same strat of just coming in, diving in with the Hazard and getting away with damage, because the Halberdier will take down the Hazard significantly faster than the Samurai will. So that's 3 trebuchets going down from DauT. He does get a mining camp in exchange though, so that's going to be 1200 resources down for the red player. 100 over here for JorDan. Of course I wasn't serious there. And yeah, that would certainly benefit from going for some walls as well. Mind you, his economy is still pretty strong, and he shouldn't really struggle too much to get to 200 population again pretty soon. See, we have some samurai over here that can really repair this castle, so you can try and dive and take the trebuchets down. But JorDan's push over here is very strong. He's gonna start going for a single push and not try to raid quite as much. But here comes DauT. He's gonna try to split his army up to flank this army from JorDan as well, and he might end up clearing everything out. The thing though is, it's not gonna be on time. And the samurai going straight into the castle. What is going on with DauT? He's gonna try to raid the same way that JorDan's being raided, but these units are not anywhere near as fast. They will go down to the castles. At very least DauT does end up taking a few of the bombard cannons down over there, but the samurai are not great enough in numbers to clean out the chakram throwers, and these units from JorDan have already got into a very scary amount. 37 chakram throwers. That needs to abuse his lower powers. Needs to yeah, send the calamity down on JorDan. Yeah, and of course these samurai are getting cleaned up. That was never going to work on DauT. And now he's finally going for the pikeman unit. Now he's finally going for the halberdier upgrade. That's after he lost one of his four castles, and when he's already under pressure, looking like he's going to end up losing this castle as well. While we take a look at the engagement over here, let's take a look at what we get in terms of resources left. There are 2 golds available for JorDan. There are 2 golds available to DauT as well. So JorDan's got this one and this one. These are going to be worth about 3,500 resources, while DauT's got this one and these 3 that are going to be worth about 1,800 resources. So DauT's got access to about half as much gold, or he's got about half as much gold left to collect from than JorDan. How to deal with that chakram mass though? Yeah, you don't. You prevent them from getting to these numbers. Well, DauT's playing Japanese. I get crossbows could potentially work, but it's going to be a pricey transition, and his economy is not really in a good enough shape for him to transition into much of anything. So he's just got to try and make the halberdier and samurai work. And even if he was able to make the transition, because we already saw that there isn't really much gold left in the map, DauT wouldn't really be able to afford going for too many units. Just going for the crossbow upgrade and arbalester upgrades plus, you know, the units, that wouldn't be, like 1,800 gold wouldn't be enough for him to go for everything. Perhaps borrow meteor shower from ancient mythology? Well, yeah. A deity should be able to summon these things, right? Go. Right hand side, we have armor elephants coming in from JorDan. These are armor, right? Oh, these are siege elephants actually already. Oh. Game's looking still kind of even at this stage. And goals kind of run out for DauT already. He does have some available on the right hand side, but he does not have access to it anymore. JorDan ended up pushing him away. So DauT's effectively out of gold, and he can only go for as many gold units as his 2 relics are going to allow him to. And then he'll be banking on trash units for the most part. JorDan instead. JorDan's got, oh man, the massacre over here. Take a look at the whole halberdier going down. Yeah, you definitely do not want your opponent to get to these numbers of chakram throwers. But yeah, JorDan on the other hand, he's got 11 gold miners still, but he shouldn't be able to keep on collecting gold for much longer. He's got just the 1 tile left over here, about 80 gold left, and then these are gonna be worth about 1900. He's not really collecting too heavily because he's already banking on the Hussar. And C-Deep, thank you so much for the resub. 13 months in a row, getting past the year already. Thank you so much for the extended support. It's very much appreciated. Blame it on your ISP. Well, we had some lag earlier. There was a pause over it, but that's about it. And the game is certainly looking much better for JorDan now. It's switched in the span of 2 minutes or so to favor the blue player quite a bit more. And take a look at this. This is what we need to see from blue players a lot more. DauT is surrounding the castle over here with his samurai, and JorDan immediately goes for murder holes. A lot of players forget the upgrade exists. And we have seen castles go down in previous series to freaking champions. With murder holes, take a look at this. The castle is going to take care of all the units underneath it, and there is no chance for DauT to take this down. Such a simple upgrade, man, and people always forget. Never forget to get murder holes. There we go. DauT just calls it GG. Because murder holes, of course. He cannot get away with the push over there, and obviously he's on the back foot. He's already on 130 population. 1-0 favoring JorDan. Let's go through the achievements really quickly. We'll see that JorDan ends up getting the better KD at the end of the game, and even it's the case for him that he ends up getting the better trades too, with, you know, trading trash units for gold units for the most part. For economy then, we'll see a stronger economy for JorDan, collecting about 7,000 extra resources. And society, we're gonna see extra workers for JorDan for the villager peak or the max villager count over here. For total and current, we see that DauT and DauT losing the most with 93 villager losses, while JorDan on the other hand ended up losing only about 27. And let's go! Game number 2. DauT versus JorDan. Portuguese and Spanish. This is a nomad, so the players will need to build their TCs. However, they do begin with 9 villagers as opposed to your standard 6. And that will allow you usually to get your TC up a little bit sooner, a little bit earlier. Hey, probably salty guy. Hi, welcome back. DauT's going already for a dock. JorDan already has a dock up. He's got the first fishing ship on the way. Once he gets the TC up, he'll be able to go for it. There we go, and DauT. DauT, on the other hand, well, he did go for a house, so he was able to... Well, he would have been able to go for the fishing ship right away if he had not invested into the house, so... It's a little bit of a trade-off over there. In any case, he's got the fishing ship on the way now. It seems like JorDan's in a better position because of it. He skimped on the house, just got the TC up, and was able to queue the fishing ship. Anyway. I'm here every day, man. I sometimes just don't say anything. Alright, alright. No problem. Gotta love the lurkers too. Obviously. Predictions? Yes. Thank you for the reminder. Who wins game number 2? Option 1 will be JorDan still. Option 2 will still be DauT. And you have 5 minutes to get your predictions going. Now, because we have a nomad game over here, which is going to have a much slower start. You're going to have some time to, yeah, think it over. But you're not really going to see too much. Fishing ships coming up for both players, and let's take a look at the map generation. There isn't really too much to talk about here in terms of the potential for damage early on because it's too early into the game still. And the players do not even know where the other guy is. At the very least, I don't think they do. Let's take a look at this. Yeah. They have no idea where the other player is. So if we take a look at the map generation, starting with JorDan's, or actually not really the map generation, but what he's got available around his DC, we'll see that for the Bull player, for instance, he's got a... Yeah, there we go. He's got the main goal forward. He's got stone over here. It's not really a main goal. It's just going to be a standard goal that he's got in front of his DC. Then he's got a stone on the left-hand side. He's got a stone on the right-hand side as well. So one on the left, one on the right. He's got the woolen over here, right next to the TC. And he obviously went for this location on purpose, so he would be able to collect from berries and from wood at the same time. In addition to that, JorDan also has the boar up in the northeast. He's got some hunting on the left-hand side, although I don't think he's going to take advantage of that. Usually, you see the players just try to make play for boars, and he did take one that just ran out right now. But I'm not really sure if he is actually aware of this. Let me take a look. Does he know about the boar? He knows about the boar, yes. What is that going to do over there? He's bringing a villager over. He's going to try to go for a dog or lame this. Well, DauT saw the house, so he could try to lame the boar. What is he doing with the villager? What's going through your mind, little Bill?
Hola.
He's waiting for a dog. Okay, there we go. He's got the resource for it. So he is going for another dog. Okay. And JorDan, he's going for the second dog as well. As we see both players click out to the fuel H already, the potential for damage is going to increase substantially, of course, in the next minute or so. We take a look at DauT's DC location on the other hand. It's looking significantly different compared to JorDan's. First off, for the red player, he's got one stone on the back of his base as well, but he already has this one right next to a TC, so he would most likely not collect from this one. And then he already collects from the boar. You can see it underneath the TC, and that's about it. So let's take a look. And guys, I'm so happy over something. Annotations are finally working the way they should. PLH is here for both guys. We'll see galleys come out for JorDan, and we see fire galleys come out from DauT. Now you might be wondering, what do you mean annotations are working? You had annotations for such a long time. Yes, I did. I've had annotations since the beginning of 2001, so it's been, you know, a year and a half already or so. I think even more than that. I don't even recall actually when I brought the annotations. I think it might have actually been... Yeah. I think it was in 2021, beginning of 2021. We are going to do a test later. There we are. Nice pressure from DauT. JorDan's unable to get too many galleys out, but he'll end up, yeah, still taking DauT's fire galley over there. A little bit too optimistic from DauT to keep the fire galley until it was so low HP. He needs to bring extra units, and he is doing so. Let's see if he can get some good damage down over here. Might be able to get the fire galley down. It's trying to body block it. He was trying to body block it with a fire galley, or I guess boat block it. But yeah, he couldn't do it. In the end, still, JorDan has a very small amount of HP on these units. So if he's not extremely careful, he might end up getting cleaned up by DauT. What do we have on land? Blacksmith on the way for JorDan. He needs it for fletching. Otherwise, his galleys are not anywhere near strong. And DauT, on the other hand, is going for a market themselves. DauT seems to be prioritizing. Potentially going up to the castle age instead. And take a look at JorDan. JorDan's going for outposts everywhere. He doesn't know where DauT is. He'll find them out now. He's sending the villager over to get an outpost on the right-hand side. And DauT would have been able to, yeah, take the villager down if he reacted to this on time. But he couldn't really do it. The 2 KD at this point in time. Nil eco KD. Nobody's been able to do any eco damage. Both players seem like they'll be able to go out to the castle age at about the same time. Yeah, and DauT noticed after the villager was already passing the TC, so he garrisoned, but he wasn't able to do any damage. Oh, JorDan's relationship block though allows him to take on DauT's fire galleys over here. Nicely done. The red player pulling every trick available in the book. And it seems like we are still getting closer and closer to go up to the castle age. Let me take a look. DauT's trying to chase JorDan's villager away. We know this is not going to result in a loss, or at the very least it's unlikely to result in a loss. And DauT is also going for outposts himself because he doesn't really know where JorDan is. He saw one house, but this is not necessarily an indication of where JorDan has his main base, because this could be just a house he built when trying to go for the dock, for instance. So, okay, there we go. Now DauT's got a vision of a market coming out from JorDan. As DauT's going up to the castle age, he's got a little bit of a head start to it compared to JorDan. And with the outpost coming up over here, plus his vision, he should have confirmation that JorDan is effectively in this little shadowy area. Good pressure from DauT still. 5 fire galleys versus 5 standard galleys. Yeah, and JorDan's gonna keep on trying to kite fire galley down, but it's going to be pretty difficult. And DauT, that's gonna try and get water control over here. He's trying to go after the docks already. Gotta be careful. JorDan still has a respectable amount of galleys, especially if JorDan is able to group these up somehow. There we are. Castle's gonna be here for DauT significantly earlier compared to JorDan though. There we go. And DauT should be trying to prioritize the water control over here. Especially because once JorDan gets to the castle age and gets to go for the war galley upgrade. There we go. DauT's going for it now. After JorDan gets to the castle age, gets to go for the war galley upgrade, his galleys will be stronger than DauT's fires. So he's got to try and take advantage of his head start to it. Castle on the way for DauT though. Fantastic. Castle on the way for JorDan. And DauT's going to start pulling the organ guns over here. And of course JorDan's going to start going for Conquistadors. Now, I like the Conquistadors better because of the mobility. And they can get so much damage down so quick. While DauT's units, on the other hand, they'll be very strong as well. But you're going to need to mass them. The way that they work is different. The Conquistadors, you can get away with about 3-4 Conquistadors, roam around and get villagers down, while with organ guns, on the other hand, you need to get a good amount of organ guns, at the very least 7, I would say, and just try to go forward with those. Trying to find an exposed area around your opponent's economy, try to find vulnerable areas to put pressure from. Gotta find a good angle. Oh, nice villager pick over here from DauT. Well done.
See?
Here we go. Fantastic. The Conquistadors are already starting to roam around from JorDan. He's got just one, but he'll be able to get the first villager down. There we go. Oh, and JorDan's not really trying to go for water anymore. DauT's just trying to find... Wait, he canceled the War Galley upgrade. DauT canceled it. Neither player's trying to take water control over here. Interesting. JorDan's going back with the galley. He's trying to find DauT. DauT has been roaming around trying to find fire. Trying to find JorDan, sorry. But JorDan, he's got a stronger army. The amount of standard galleys that we have over here should be able to easily take care of these fire galleys from DauT, especially considering how low HP these are. The only way in which DauT will be able to clean up JorDan's units will be if JorDan did not realize and DauT closed the distance, close the gap, and start targeting these. And JorDan was not paying attention whatsoever. But no, JorDan is paying attention now. He's trying to roam around. And take a look at that though. We have the missionaries from JorDan. I saw him go for one of these before. I thought for a moment that it might have been a mistake, but no. He's just finished researching redemption. He's got mobility with these guys. And he's going for the conversions. He loses one missionary, loses two, gets one conversion over there. He's going to end up getting two conversions, losing 3 missionaries in the end. It's not too bad. And the trade over here is going to end up favoring JorDan as well. Wow! Completely abusing the mobility of the units. Not only the missionaries, but also his own unique units are going to be so much faster. The Conquistadors to roam around and raid. But let's be fair, JorDan hasn't really been going too much for Conquistadors himself. Yes! Missionaries for JorDan. Let's get these moving forward. Of course, these won't be able to do any damage in terms of taking villagers down, but they will be very strong for conversions. Especially because of the mobility, it's going to be harder for DauT to walk away from here. Now, let's take a look. DauT's clicked up to the Imperial Age, and JorDan's going for a forward castle. DauT does not have anywhere near enough resources to go for a counter castle himself. He's got just one organ gun over here. And this castle does not have enough range to target the villagers trying to get this one up. So DauT seems like he's just gonna have to lay and take it. So he's going over to the south, send the villagers around, and he knows there is no stop in this castle. JorDan is collecting stone, but only with about 3 villages, and this is not really the worst for DauT. Mine are getting pushed away from here, and sure, that's few farms that DauT's not going to be able to access anymore, but he can keep on collecting wood from the south because he's got only 1 TC he can produce villagers from. The amount of food workers he's got right now, it's going to suffice. And yeah, it seems like the game's going to stabilize, even if JorDan seems like he's doing really well over here, putting a lot of pressure. Once DauT gets to the Imperial Age, he'll be able to start pumping trebs and targeting the castles from JorDan. Meanwhile, JorDan's economy is not anywhere near as strong as DauT's. He won't be able to click out to the Imperial Age. As a matter of fact, he doesn't even know what the Imperial Age is. He doesn't even get vision of the Imperial Age. It's beyond the horizon right now for JorDan. Yeah, and JorDan definitely needs to find some good damage. Market on the way for the blue player. Ramps on the way. DauT's still going for more conquistadors. And the thing about this though is the missionaries, they still do not have the greatest range. Compared to standard monks, it's going to be only 7. So he cannot really target units that are very close to the castle from DauT. So DauT could go for trebuchets over here, keep the organ guns close to the treb, and then treb the castles down from JorDan. JorDan would be out of protection. He would only have missionaries to protect himself. Oh, Pizzeria on the way for DauT. His economy was already stronger now. It's going to be even stronger. And there we go. The first trebuchet is coming out. He's got it. Which castle is he going to try and target? The left-hand side one would be easier to take down. Yeah, because this one is affected by the hail. So if he can take this castle down, potentially even before his DC goes down, that'd be ideal for DauT. Let's take a look at that. JorDan's just diving in. He's going to lose the missionaries. What is he doing? What? What was that from JorDan? Darts coming out from the blue player. Go down to DauT's castle. I have no idea what JorDan tried to do over there. These units are not cheap. He ends up losing these to the castles. He ends up getting a single conversion. And now, what is JorDan doing, man? He's going for a castle over here. He can lose this foundation to the trebuchets, and DauT is not going to take the bait. He's not going to target the foundation yet, but he should still be able to take this castle down and then target the foundation. So he's going for it. DauT's population is still significantly stronger. It's got twice the population compared to JorDan. The only reason JorDan wanted to get a castle over there was to zone DauT out of the castle range, but it did not work. And DauT ends up taking game number 2 and equalizing the series. We are an hour and 18 minutes into it, and we are only now going to jump into game number 3. So this could be a long one, and I'm hoping it is going to be a long one because, guys, once again, this is seed 8 versus seed 9. Let's go through the achievements one more time. For military, we have a stronger KD for DauT by quite a lot. Not even close, as a matter of fact. It's going to be 7-3, a little bit higher than that even. For economy, we see a stronger economy for DauT, collecting well over 4,000 extra resources compared to JorDan, with a higher worker count, worker peak as well. He does look much better compared to JorDan this game. And even though APM favored JorDan quite a bit in the earlier stages of the game, DauT's APM was a lot more consistent, especially towards the end of the game. He might not have peaked as highly as JorDan, but he was able to hold on to his own, and he performed pretty well over here overall anyway. So let's go back. Definitely. There we go, guys. Game number 3 is here already. Border dispute. JorDan versus DauT, playing with Byzantines and Khmer. On the left and right hand sides, DauT's gonna go and take 2 boars from the center right away, and JorDan's going after the boars himself as well. Well done. It's going to be 2 for 2 in the end. There we are. And JorDan's being a little bit more efficient over here, just taking on the boar. He took down first before downing the other one, while DauT on the other hand ends up taking both boars at the same time. So this is not going to be quite as efficient for DauT. Predictions? Let's enable predictions for game number 3 as well. Option 1 is still going to be JorDan. Option 2 is going to be DauT. You guys go nuts. You have 5 minutes to get your predictions going. Why? Why it's more efficient for JorDan? Because the boars rot away when they are taken down. So if you have both boars down at the same time, they lose more food to the rotting than if you just take one at a time. That's the same reason you want to collect just one sheep at the time as well. I'm not really sure that's what you were asking. Maybe I'm just patronizing you, sorry. But that's the only thing that I can think of. Anyway, I'm waiting for minute 5 because I think the game is already over then. Wow, alright. Well, Village is coming out for DauT. He's playing with Khmer. And this civilization does not get building requirements. That's something that would allow Khmer players to go up to the castle age from the moment they get to the village right away, because they do not need to go for blacksmith and markets. But because of the economy that DauT's going up to the village with, that's pretty much unthinkable. Oh, that is what you were asking? Okay, now I feel good. Thanks. Hey, there we go, Loa. Nice. all in an open map versus JorDan. Versus Jordi. Risky one. I see there is a lot of bones over there for the second option indeed. Let's see. There we are. Nice knife from DauT. Gets to the field edge faster. So he's able to take on the scout from JorDan. And the blue player is getting a barracks up, but DauT already will have an archer range. He's got gold miners. He's got lumberjacks already, so he should be able to start going for archers, and he's going to. Well, JorDan on the other hand, he will need more, by the way. DauT, that is. But yeah, JorDan on the other hand, still about 40 seconds away from the field age. The buildings that he's going for over here will make it a little bit trickier for DauT to just get straight to the back of JorDan's base, because with these houses, he's gonna have to go underneath the TC. Obviously, that's not something he would actually consider doing, so instead, he has to either go around the right-hand side, and that would result in a much longer trip even, because JorDan's going for extra palaces up in the north, which will require DauT to go around the TC and around the wood line over here, which would give JorDan enough time to get walls in between both these woods as well. So instead, DauT's going the left-hand side. He's got vision already of what JorDan was going for over here with a house wall. So he's going right for a tower! And he's got the archer over here. Well, JorDan's trying to chase the scout away with a villager. That's gonna start targeting that villager with the archer he's got. And JorDan cannot really commit to this endeavor, so he's going to walk away. Now, the thing is, JorDan also saw the tower coming out from DauT, so he's reacting with the sound counter tower over here. Salve. Because of the betting, Mundo threw all his bones on the Lord. We have about 27,000 bones for JorDan and about 140,000 bones for DauT. So this is a juicy one. This is a juicy prediction. This is going to determine who gets the lead in the series, but it's a juicy prediction for sure. Let's see who else is going to try and go all in. Certainly JorDan needs some equalizing, some extra predictions in his favor. Great odds for JorDan. Vote JorDan. 50,000 points for JorDan. Damn, that is a lot. That might be the second largest prediction contest that I have seen on my channel ever. With the largest one being Bailo, I think, predicting with like 600,000 or so. But I think that might have been a game that she was able to call from the very beginning. Well, you know, one of those arena games with pretty one-sided matchups. I think might have been the case. I don't actually recall. Anyway, game continues. DauT gives up on the tower. He ends up losing the scout over there. He's got two archers over here. No fletching. So these units are not too strong. And these palisades, even on the low amount of HP they have, will take a long time for these archers to take down. DauT's going for fletching right now. Finally, he's going for extra archers. You take a look. JorDan's been very, very careful. He's taking his time. So he's got the walls coming up over here. Oh wow, he's gonna be greedy and try to go for the walls over here instead. Holy crap. Well, this could actually give DauT enough time to roam around and get to do some good damage over here with the archers. Let's see. Walls are coming up for JorDan. He gets the house wall just in time. And this is actually connected to the edge of the map. Double bit axe for JorDan. Not much of anything in terms of upgrades for JorDan and DauT. DauT's got 6 archers, 4 of which are forward. Doesn't seem to be able to do too much. He was trying to see if it was disconnected, but it's not. So he's just gonna have to try and breach through over here. But JorDan's been able to do a really good job just keeping the walls up. Skirmishers coming over for 25% cheaper for JorDan, and he'll be able to push DauT away from here for sure, and DauT's just gonna have to bail. Yeah, oh lord, this is actually not good for DauT at all. I love that JorDan actually took the time to delete the house over there to kind of trap these archers. Fantastic. Pushing these units into a little bit of a cul-de-sac over here. JorDan ends up cleaning up the units from DauT. The red player now is going for a stable, and it seems like he's going to try and stick to Feudal Age. Full pressure. Meanwhile, DauT on the other hand, DauT is not really going for any extra military units. JorDan is not going for any extra military units, sorry. DauT is going to try to stick to the Feudal Age with the stable. Take a look at all the resources. JorDan spent. Oh! The archers though are coming over from the right hand side. I said that it was going to be a much longer way in for DauT, but he can technically come in like this. And JorDan is exposed still, so he might end up losing a village over here if he does not react on time. Notice how DauT is extremely patient over here, trying to bring the archers forward. And there we go! That's a villager down! This could be a lot more than that! If DauT pays attention, he can get a lot more damage done over here. He does end up taking a second villager down, but he loses one of the archers, thus having his... yeah, damage output over here. And JorDan's going forward with skirmishers, but we know there is no way JorDan will be able to get any damage done with Feudal Age skirmishers over here. As long as DauT is paying attention, it's gonna be fine, so... yeah, well done. DauT manages to find a 2-villager lead at this point in time, so it's got a stronger economy technically. And let me take a look at... see? What I was saying earlier. So yes, JorDan has spent a lot of resources going for walls from here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here. Houses. So many houses, right? DauT instead, not so much. At all. It's completely open still, although to be fair, JorDan's units are not the best units for aggression. DauT starting to pull a big lead already. Perhaps in overall resources collected, I would say yes, but because JorDan's been saving resources going for these skirmishers, maybe not so much. Let's actually take a look at that. Gather economy time is higher for DauT, so he has been more efficient with this economy. And this should result in about 200 extra resources up until this point. Let's take a look if that's the case. Wow, it's actually much more than that. About 700 extra resources. Damn, son. I think some of this is not necessarily because of DauT bid-axe, but also because of how much time JorDan spent also going for the palisades, which doesn't amount to idle villager time. So if you take a look at gather economy time, it seems as if JorDan had the villagers working all the time that they were going for the palisades, but in reality they were not getting resources in, they were spending resources getting the walls up. So I think that probably explains the discrepancy over here, and is also part of the reason why I was talking about the walls before. Because they do come at a price, and it's not just the resources, it's also all the time the villagers spending resources and not getting any extra resources in. So seems like JorDan will end up getting the extra walls up over here. It's going to be completely closed off, and DauT, if DauT just tries to prioritize going up to the castle age, he should be able to do it pretty quickly. But JorDan seems like he's going to have DauT beat over here, which is nothing short of remarkable given this economy situation that we saw before. And the fact that JorDan still doesn't even have DauT bid-axe at this point in time. There we go. Beautiful. Now it's gonna be on his way to the castle age very soon. He's got almost the resources, just waiting a few seconds for the food to come in. There we go. And JorDan's gonna be on his way to the castle age in a moment as well. Nothing but remarkable from the Wu player that he was able to keep up this well, given all the extra resources that's been able to get so far. How many villagers in the house over here? 2 villagers. And DauT's taking 1 villager loss. He could end up losing these 2 villagers as well. Eventually, we'll see. But for the time being, the KD is better for him. The KD. Now let's take a look at this. Take a look at that. Good unit control from DauT. Getting so close to the spearman, baiting it back into the skirm and archer fire. Now he can save the villagers. The rescue mission over there has been a resounding success, and DauT now has a good amount of units over here to potentially dive in and get some good damage done. And what do I mean with diving in? Well, he's got skirmishers over here, so he could just send the units in. He would probably end up losing 1 skirmisher or so, but he would be able to dive in and get to the back of JorDan's economy. He could wreak havoc around here. It is kind of a high risk play though from DauT to go for something like that, because he could end up losing too many units and he wouldn't be able to fight JorDan off, given that JorDan's got the defender's advantage. So he's gonna decide not to go for it and instead just be patient and wait for the castle age till he can get stronger units, better upgrades up. And until he gets there, we're gonna see scale barding armor coming for DauT. He's gonna start going for knights soon, and bloodlines as well. There we go, Castle Age is here. We see the crossbow upgrade on the way for DauT right away. And we should see a knight come out, or at the very least a light cavalry upgrade. So he's got something that's stronger than what's available in the field age. There we go, the knight's coming out. And JorDan's going for the defensive siege workshop. He's gonna think of scorpions over here, most likely. Scorpions or mangonels to defend against the crossbows. 1 camel from JorDan, but knights and crossbows will obliterate camels. Beautiful. There we are. Yeah, JorDan's just roaming around. That could have been a big shot. Wasn't though. And DauT doesn't really have any siege to complement this push with. So just gonna be backing on the knights over here until he gets a good amount. For the time being, it's gonna be difficult because he's got a single stable to work with. So far, so good for DauT. Game's looking great. See a conversion coming up, and he gets the knight over there. The shot is good. DauT's predictions, and DauT costing him a good chunk of units over there. But for the most part, it's been skirmishers. 3 skirmishers. So he still has a good amount of units left to work with. Down the south, there's a second TC for DauT. JorDan already got the second TC up. Still, DauT is 4 workers ahead. DauT's able to get the TC up before JorDan catches up. He should be able to hold on to his lead, at the very least prevent JorDan from getting ahead himself. And you know, the Khmer economy is fantastic. We all know that. Pretty curious what JorDan will be able to do in the Castle Age. Just bank on the extra HP of the buildings to hold on. The palisades, perhaps. As conversion's coming in, and DauT's going after the mangonel. He needs to delete the knights afterwards, and 1 knight gets converted. The mangonel goes down though, and now DauT's going after the monks right away. You know what? This might not be the worst. that could clean this up. Just gotta be careful. Trying to get the monk down. Cannot really do it. Should be able to clean these units up anyway. And yeah, unit control over there was not the best for DauT. Actually was really good for JorDan, dodging the arrows with the monks in the end. Yeah, and another conversion over there for JorDan. DauT is struggling to keep up with everything, but he does have another push coming up over here with a second group of knights that was so close from coming in. He probably gave up on paying attention up in the north in order to get the knights in. And JorDan was paying attention over here because he got the quick walls up, but it's still open on the right hand side. The knights are coming up over here. Still, DauT could get a bunch of villagers down. Even if he ends up losing all the military units over here, still JorDan will be left for the most part with camels. Will it be enough for him to go in for a counter push against DauT? So if the red player gets a good amount of villagers over here, it's not going to be that bad for him, even if his units end up getting cleaned up. And right now, we'll see that his eco KD is only 9-1, so at this point in time is not the highest. Definitely could get some extra damage done, and he's gonna keep on trying. That's another villager down by the gold. Another villager down over there. We might see another villager going down over here very soon, and if DauT is able to get a few extra villagers over here, that's going to be worth it, even if he ends up losing the units. Once again, JorDan's got, for the most part, camels, and because DauT already has a third TC up, and it's so hard for camels to raid around TCs, that's going to be fine. And you know what? You know what? DauT is looking fantastic. 77 population, 78 right now to 63. He's got more military units than JorDan. He's got more workers than JorDan, 18 extra workers. And that's looking absolutely fantastic. JorDan will be able to get a castle very soon, that is correct. He's been collecting some stone. But I'm not really sure he'll be able to do much of anything with it, because the advantage over here is already... It's already here for DauT. That he's already done damage, right? So if DauT realizes about a castle coming up and he cannot do anything to prevent it, then he can save the resources to go up to the Imperial Age, get a castle himself, and then start putting pressure with the trebuchet. So what would be a good location for a castle for JorDan? He's got the resources already, and he's been deleting some houses over here, so it seems like he was thinking of a castle over there. I think a good position for a castle for JorDan will be probably if he deletes the... Sorry about that. I think if he deletes the palisades that he's got over here and goes for the castle around this area, that would be probably the best location in my opinion. I think. And DauT playing great. Absolutely fantastic. DauT playing aggressive is fun to watch. He is way more versatile than Means and Jugs would have you believe. Yeah. And he's also pretty quick too as a player. Much more so than Means would have you believe. There we are. Just a little bit slower when compared to some other pro players, not even all of them. Oh, one of those are DauT walls. Oh yeah. True. If he deleted the palaces over here, I think there's still enough space for him to get the castle up though. Then he plays Leary and you can see the downness. I mean, anybody who plays versus Leary is going to look slow and kind of potato-ish, to be fair. Unless you're talking about any of the other top 4, Hera, Mr. Yura the Viper perhaps. Maybe we can put Tato up there now as well and call it the top 5. Now that we have a champion outside of the top 4. Win the largest Age of Empires 2 tournament in history. Maybe. Nice conversion for JorDan and DauT. That's gonna be on his way to the Imperial Age very soon, and JorDan still does not decide where to... Oh! The mango shots over there though! Bang! Holy crap, though! That was a satisfying one to watch from JorDan. And he goes with a bang, quite literally. He calls a GG over here. He cannot keep on going anymore, but let me go back and just enjoy that in slow motion. JorDan's under pressure from DauT. He's coming with the Magnals. 2 attack rounds and bang! How many crossbows is that even? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 crossbows down the gutter. With a single volley over here from the Magnals. That was a great one. Instant replay here. Right away. Damn. Alright. Let's how many kills the Magnal has? Oh yeah, we can do that. "12 kills," it says. I'm really sure if it was 12 with the single shot over here, or if they already had taken a few extra units, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 crossbows on the ground. He might have gotten extra units before from one of these Magnals, perhaps. Anyway, let's go through the achievements. Well, that worked out for you, Mundo Bear. Let's play the predictions over here. The second largest prediction contest that I have ever seen on my channel. 148,000 points for DauT. 55,000 points for JorDan. DauT comes out on top. There we go. And for the achievements, we'll see a very close to 1-to-1 kill ratio for both these guys. A little bit higher for JorDan. That's about it. And then for economy, we have a stronger economy for DauT, collecting about 7,000 extra resources for society. Higher worker max count for DauT, that is. That's about it. And there we go. Welcome then, everyone, to game number 4. This time around, for real, the guys are going to begin with the right amount of villagers. And they are going to connect properly to the game. I think last time around there might have been a drop. Regardless though, for this one, we're gonna get Churks for JorDan, and DauT's playing Bengalis. This is a very interesting choice for DauT. I like Bengalis quite a bit, but usually I like to see them on Fortress as opposed to Arena, because you already begin with a castle and it makes it a little bit smoother for you to start making a play for Ratas. Which is a very, very strong unit to go for. And it's going to take most other units in the game down when massed for a comparable amount of resources worth of units. It's going to be pretty expensive for that to get to a position where he'll be able to go for a significant amount of Rathas, but if he does manage to find himself in that position, he should be in a much better spot in my opinion. We'll see. Elo doesn't matter, hence proved. Yeah, I mean, to an extent, right? I don't think anybody's going to say that when seeing a 2K3 player facing a 1700 player, but you know, at the very top, like 2K3, 2K5, 2K2 even, right? 2K6, 2K2 isn't really going to mean the same difference as a 1K6 versus a 1K player. So 600 elo at the very top is, I don't want to say a wash necessarily. Certainly one player is going to have a little bit of an edge over the other, but it starts losing its importance towards the extremes. Same way that we could see a 300 player take on an 800 player. They just like do one build order properly once. But anyway, ranked 1v1 elo is mostly for a review map as well. That could be another reason too. Yeah, true. Unless you're a clown, in which case your elo is going to represent mostly your arena ability, I guess. One build, 2 weeks, 1500? Yeah, sounds about right. Basically just go the Hoang route. Alright, so while we wait for something to start happening over here, the players just go for economy. Let's take a look at the map generation over here. For arena is very interesting always to take a look at that, because you're going to have so many things to evaluate. For instance, if we start with the blue player over here, we'll see that he's got the main goal forward. I think this is far enough from the walls that even if we saw a castle from the red player come in right away on top of the next to the wall over here, it would not really be possible for the red player to target this unless he went for Balkan Arrow, potentially Bracer in the Imperial Age. But this castle position could potentially still be good from the red player, to deny this stone. And then besides that, for the most part, JorDan's gonna be fine. He's got a stone on the back. He's got another goal on the back, so he's okay. The next goal is going to be on the right hand side as well for JorDan. And that's about it. So this is the only thing that's kind of exposed. It's kind of unfortunate for him as well that it's the main goal, but that I don't think it's going to matter too much. If we take a look at the map generation from DauT on the other hand, we'll see that the red player, he's got... Oh man, all the goals are forward. Now to be fair, the main goal for DauT is too far away from the walls for anything to range it, even an Imperial Age castle. But these two goals, the secondary goal over here forward, the secondary goal outside, of course, can very easily be denied, especially with the stone being forward over here, the main stone being forward for DauT, and then the secondary stone being outside the walls. You cannot see it, but it's underneath the stats. We could very well see from the blue player, for instance, something like a castle come up perhaps around this area, I would say, and then he will be able to deny all of this from DauT, right? This, and this. So this is potentially a deadly area that DauT's gonna have to try and get control of. PLH is here for DauT already. He's going for markets, going for the blacksmith. Notice as well, he's playing with Bengalis. He went up on 23 population and got 2 additional villages upon reaching the field age. So now he's just going up on 25 plus 2. It was technically 23 plus 2 originally, but he's going to end up getting 2 additional villagers. And then when he gets to the castle age, that's going to be 2 villagers that he should have of a lead against JorDan. The blue player, as you would be expecting, is going up on 27 workers. So it's going to be your equivalent, 27 population, 26 workers, which is your equivalent to 25 plus 2, except that you will also have a castle to add into the mix. So after you get to the castle, he's going to go for a castle himself, and he's going to start putting some pressure. Now, if we take a look at the scouting information from JorDan, he's got no idea about the inside resources from DauT at all. I think DauT's open monasteries. I would like to see that. Yes, he's been collecting gold quite heavily, so it would certainly make sense. But he's gotta be careful because, of course, if JorDan gets away with a castle, that wouldn't really be able to do too much with the monks other than just collecting the relics, which is going to be something he'll be able to utilize or leverage only in the later stages of the game. Once again, with a civilization that's going to get stronger as the game goes on. How's the village count even? JorDan's clicking up significantly later. And DauT gets additional villagers with this civilization. Every time he gets to the next stage, he gets 2 additional villagers underneath the TC. What do you mean, DauT won last game? Yes, sir! Yes, sir, and that was quite the game as well. And it ended with a bang. I would highly recommend just go back and take a look at the last 30 seconds of the game. Heck, even the last 15 seconds is probably enough. There we go. DauT's in the castle age already. Monk's on the way now for DauT. JorDan's going for the forward castle. Once again, if you take a look at the scouting information, he doesn't really know about the resources on the back. On the castle age, he can already scout over here with extra vision and find those. But he's not going for it. And now DauT is going to try and get a conversion over there. He cannot really get it. And JorDan realizes about the monk. Bails immediately. And now DauT realizes about the extra scouts coming in. The light cavalry is going to try to get the conversions, but he cannot land a single one. And both monks go down. JorDan's position is amazing here. Even if DauT's ahead in overall population because of the extra workers right now, the extra worker count, JorDan will still be able to go for the forward castle. And DauT cannot really do much of anything. He's going for Sanctity well later than he needed it. And now he's got extra monks coming out, but it's going to be a struggle for sure to prevent JorDan from getting the castle up. Yeah, notice this is taking a lot of attention from DauT. He's got to queue villagers as well while doing this and keep his economy going. And DauT's micro seems to be quite alright, and JorDan's just gonna try to force build this. You know, once we get enough monks out, he can actually just get the conversions. Like, if he can leave JorDan and a single villager over there, for instance, he wouldn't be able to get the castle up on time before an extra monk comes out and DauT converts it. So JorDan's going to send extra villagers in over here, and DauT's actually getting away with this. What kind of clownery is this? Oh, JorDan, he's really going for it. Oh my lord, can he actually get away with this? Castle's at 59%. Another conversion. Yeah, we see more conversions coming up over here. And that's basically killing these villagers because he cannot really fight. And the castle seems like it's going to come up. DauT's giving up on it. The villagers will go down, and JorDan's left on 28 workers. How on earth is JorDan ever going to afford anything with this economy? DauT's got the second and the third TCs already up, so JorDan gets away with a castle, but at a huge cost. He ended up losing 6 villagers. These are villagers that DauT converted and led them to die. Well done. Well done. DauT's in a much better position over here. He's going for extra walls behind the walls, houses, palisades. And there we go. We're gonna see JorDan try and collect the relics now as well, since he's got most of map presence. Redemption on the way now for DauT as well. I don't think there is anything that is going to require redemption from him unless we saw Manuel come out from JorDan. But if you take a look at DauT's point of view, he doesn't really know what's going on outside his base, so it'll be 100% understandable and logical to think that DauT maybe expects to see siege at some point in time over here. Extra monks on the way for DauT. He's got a defensive Manuel coming up. He's gotta be careful. Once again, all his golds are in front, so if he does not manage to keep the units from JorDan at bay, he might end up losing a bunch of his miners. Eventually, DauT will be able to go for another castle, for one castle himself, as he's collecting stone quite heavily, but JorDan's got the resources to go for a second castle himself. And where's he gonna try to get it? Well, now JorDan should know about the resources from DauT. And he does! And he does! Going for a castle around this area from JorDan. Be absolutely fantastic if he could. And he's going for it! He's got the castle foundation coming up over here. Meanwhile, the conversions are coming out from the monks over here. DauT's going to get a single conversion over there. I think he used the fate of all the monks. Not quite, just 2, but he's taking a lot of losses. The monks are going down. Only 1 monk left with fate. The other one is going down now. There we go. And the castle seems like it's going to come out from JorDan. So despite the fact that DauT's got over twice the worker count, And JorDan, he's struggling big time over here, and he's gonna try to go for the counter castle. If you take a look at resources, DauT, once he gets this castle up, should be significantly closer to going after the Imperial Age. Now, this makes a huge difference because once both players get castles up, it's going to be a race to the Imperial Age so they can trap each other's castles. Now, this is going to be a DauT castle over here as well. I think this is coming up too, but it's going to come up at a huge cost too. If you take a look at JorDan's work account, it's getting closer and closer to DauT. Not by virtue of going for extra villagers, but by virtue of taking the villagers down from DauT. So we have DauT castles everywhere for all the tastes. Yeah, and there we go. Castle comes up. At the end, DauT ended up losing about 19 villagers. If you keep in mind that he lost about 6 villagers from the ones that he converted from JorDan, he ended up losing about 19 of his own villagers trying to get a castle up over here. Remember that he was on 60 worker count before he tried to get a castle up. Actually, more than 60. He's gonna be on his way to the Imperial Age, and take a look at JorDan. He's also trying to rush it as hard as he can possibly do it. But DauT's got the head start to the Imperial Age. The thing though is, because of JorDan's extra castle, he will be able to outproduce DauT. Plus, there is also the fact that DauT doesn't really have any gold miners right now. He managed to sneak a few villagers towards the south over here. And I would definitely love to see DauT go for a TC over here so he can keep on collecting, but JorDan's done an incredible job over here recognizing the location of the resources for DauT, denying these resources, putting pressure, and DauT will. He does have a minute of a head start to the Imperial Age, so it's very likely that DauT will be able to take, at the very least, one of the castles down from JorDan, but very likely that he's going to end up losing his own castle too, given the fact that JorDan's going to be able to produce 2 trebuchets at a time. We'll see. Here we go. JorDan will build a bombard cannon instantly. Maybe he can deny the trebbing. Yeah, that is true. He just got the siege workshop up over here. He gets chemistry for free with Turks, so we're gonna see bombard cannons available immediately, but he's still gonna have to train it. So, yeah, DauT, I still think he'll be able to get at the very least this castle down. All he's gotta do is go for traps and try to place them probably around this area, potentially here or here instead. And then he can start trapping. Castle down. That should provide protection against potential bombard cannons, because they will have to come from the left-hand side for JorDan and DauT. That doesn't know about the siege workshop though. Just convert the castle. 5,000 IQ plays over there. So smart that the game doesn't actually support it. That's a good location for the trebuchet. That's good. Probably I'd like to see the Trev come up in a place where he would be able to target both the castles so that he doesn't have to pack it up and then unpack it again, but it's whatever. Second trebuchet on the way for DauT. Meanwhile, the first bombard cannon is on the way for JorDan. He does not have a trebuchet whatsoever, so he's just gonna be playing bombard cannons. And DauT's getting breached on the back. Losing a villager over here. Beautiful, the castle's going down from JorDan, and DauT's in a good spot. He's got the third trebuchet coming out very soon. He takes the Janissary. Boulder to the head. Dead by Trev. And there we go. This castle is most likely going down. This is huge from DauT. JorDan is banking on the single castle he's got. Well, he's been banking on the single castle over there to go for Janissaries and put pressure against DauT, but DauT, if he's able to get the castle down over here, that's going to be huge. But JorDan's got the bombard cannons over here, and he ends up losing one, but he takes one of the trebuchets down. We still have 2 treads for DauT, though. He's being very careful over here, trying to keep the trebuchet alive. Block print is coming out for DauT. Yes, that's going to help mitigate the bombard cannon for sure. He already had redemption, so he ends up forcing a deletion over here on the bombard cannon, and he's looking good. DauT's looking good. He might be under a little bit of pressure over here still from the Janissaries, but DauT's economy is still stronger than JorDan, even accounting for the idle economy. You know what? You know what? The bombard cannon get converted over here from DauT. Oh! And he lands a big shot on the BC from JorDan. Now that we have 3 trebuchets over here, JorDan's going to lose the castle. He might end up being able to take the trebuchets down from DauT still, but he gets pushed away, and now he's gonna have to bail back and try to play catch up, because DauT, he's gonna be able to stabilize from this position onwards. It shouldn't be too difficult for him to go and take the Janissaries. He can go for a few Rathas, for instance, or he can just use the monks and try to get the conversions. So he can go after the Janissaries, he can go after bombard cannons, he can go after everything. They'll manage to get 2 conversions up in the north, for instance. And now he starts building his Janissary army. You know, he's gonna keep on targeting the units over here in JorDan. JorDan's coming in with the Janissaries through the one tile that the TC cannot range. Villager goes down from DauT, but most likely JorDan's going to either end up losing these Janissaries to conversions or be forced into deleting these. Yeah, there we go. Down the south. JorDan's gonna start getting the raids going. But realistically, now that DauT's gotten access to his gold back, it doesn't really matter that he loses this, because he can just start collecting from here again. And he's got trebuchets. He's got a stronger economy. The moment he gets his economy back to work 100%, he should be able to outproduce JorDan for sure. And JorDan's going for the one castle here. It's about time for DauT to come out. He's got to be careful over there, though. Let's take a look at the Hussar over there. Might have been able to go forward and take the monks down, but not so much the case. There's a lot of wood for DauT, yes. That's a side effect of having to collect wood so heavily over here, because of not having too much control around the zone map. But now that he's gotten control of his own base again, he should be able to balance his economy once again. He's got theocracy on the way. And JorDan, you know, I am kind of wondering if this was game 2, if we would have called a GG already, or if this was game 1, if we would have called a GG already. But of course, this being match point, JorDan is gonna wanna try a little bit harder, right? It's gonna keep on trying a little bit more. That's going for pikemen, and JorDan knows about the barracks. That's finally getting to some sort of eco balancing. At the very least, it seems like his economy is significantly more balanced right now than it was before. And with the 3rd TC coming out, that should be able to prevent JorDan from catching up in economy. So what do we need? We need the monks to convert bombard cannons. We need the trebuchets to take the fortifications down from JorDan, and we need the spearmen to defend monks and trebs against Hussar. That army composition, JorDan is going to struggle to defend against DauT for sure. Did we have any predictions for game number 4? By the way, we didn't. Damn it. That was a good one to place predictions for. Rip. We'll try to do that for game number 5 if there is one. There we are. The pikemen are coming forward. This is what I wanted to see. Fantastic. And here come the units. Now DauT realizes about the castle, is going to target it right away, and he's got pikemen, monks, and traps. This is exactly what he needed, what I was expecting to see, and we see the Hussar coming from behind from JorDan, and DauT immediately realizes. Well done. He's gotta be careful. Does not want to waste the fate of these monks, but because he's already gone for theocracy, he won't do it. JorDan calls a GG, guys, and DauT moves on to the winners match for Warlords, while JorDan will get knocked down to the elimination match with a final score of 3-1. DauT dominates his teammate with a result that I don't think a lot of people would have expected, and in the end, if we go through the achievements, we'll see a better KD for JorDan for sure. For economy, a stronger economy for DauT by quite a bit, so it's a stronger KD for JorDan, yes, but because of the stronger economy over here for DauT, he was able to more than compensate for it just by getting extra resources and being able to go for extra units. Well done. Let's take a look at APM as well. Yeah, and check that out. JorDan once again higher on average, but DauT with a very similar peak, keeping up pretty well for the most part.